What's happening, everybody? And best of the season to you once more. Matt Robinson with you a long way from the TCA studio in beautiful Bytown, Canada. We are in the satellite studio down at the family cottage, not too far from Bob Cajun. Recording this on Boxing Day, just before the Americans' first game at World Juniors, which is really the only way at this time of year that I know how to tell time. What day are we into the World Juniors? It is day one of the World Juniors. That's what day of the week it is. Of course, Canada going to play a little bit later on. So by the time you're hearing this, I have no insight onto how Canada has looked against Czechia, the team that, if you recall, is actually the team that's eliminated us the last 2 years. So that's not a whole lot of fun. You're not going to have to hear me talk with this voice the entire time. I've been under the weather a little bit, actually feeling a whole lot better now, but I'm aware that the voice is not rebounded from, you've heard it a little bit on the Christmas Eve show and on the Monday morning show. It actually got worse in the day or two leading up to Christmas. Luckily, by Christmas, I was mostly on the mend, didn't ruin things too badly. But as we mentioned, we did pre-record, Rob and I, a couple of things in the TCA studio to drop throughout the holidays. And that's what we're going to do here today. Got a couple segments we're going to put in here for you to drop here late Boxing Day. Most of you will get to it over the course of the weekend, I'm certain. And then we will be back on Monday. We will release our version, the correct version, of the Canadian Olympic hockey teams that we have selected just ahead of Hockey Canada announcing theirs on New Year's Eve. We'll do ours on Monday to get that out a little bit earlier. And then on Wednesday, I'll be joined by Chris Hoffley, Vanessa Sanchez, Michaela Schreider, and the four of us will kind of kick around the annual Brewmarsh debate, which really is just a fancy way of saying Canada's Athlete of the Year as decided by slightly intoxicated craft beer drinkers in the nation's capital. And I think that's pretty official. So that's what's coming up here over the next several days. There is one other piece that Rob and I have selected that will drop at some point. I haven't decided exactly when yet, but we will get to that. So stick around for all of it here on the Tall Can Audio Podcast. Hope you all had a fantastic Christmas or whatever it is you celebrate and are enjoying whatever family time you got left here. It is snowing like hell at the cottage here right now, so we're not going too far for a little while. Honestly, just praying that the hydro holds out up till game one here, Canada-Czechia, a little later on tonight. In the meantime, first clip here, Rob and I are going to talk a little bit about the impact of coaching on sports and just which of the big four sports in North America does coaching kind of... I can already hear a little bit of you is rolling your eyes. And honestly, you're sort of looking for topics that won't go stale. And this is one of those age-old debates. But Rob and I, believe it or not, have never actually had it on the show before. I think we both surprised each other with our takes on this. But, you know, between basketball, hockey, football, and baseball, who do you think has the, which of those four sports is most impacted by coaching and least impacted by coaching? We'll get into that right now. One of the things I've wanted to get into here for a little while is this idea of which sport is impacted most by coaching or impacted least by coaching. And we're going to stick to the big four North American sports. Right? Hockey.
Highlight is clearly the one that's...
Right. Shuffleboard or whatever else might be going. No, it's going to be hockey, football, basketball, and baseball. And look, I feel like coaching often gets lumped in with grittiness or great in the room, like intangible stuff that we can't really measure. And I think part of that is probably because we watch hockey more than anything else, and I think hockey is the most unpredictable of the major four sports. Maybe baseball in the same realm as that. Like
basketball, like once that ball goes in, you're like,
yeah. Well, we can have that conversation certainly, and that's what we're gonna have. Can we agree? Like for me, it splits in two. It's basketball and football up top, and then hockey in fourth, I think, more than anything. But baseball would be in the same realm. And I look at
Same realm as what?
as hockey. Like,
As in what? What is the split between up top football and basketball? Is what?
well, to me, in football and in basketball, your coach is going to put his hands on almost every play. And football more than basketball. Like, every time the whistle goes, he's sending a play in, whether it's your offensive coordinator or your head coach, it's drop back. If this is the coverage, throw this play. Like, the stop and start nature of it, to me, suggests that I'd be willing to go as far as to say, on offense, the second most important person on your team behind the quarterback is whoever's calling the plays.
So when you sent this topic over to me, I was super intrigued by it. And my gut reaction was I had thoughts on which ones were which.
Mm-hmm.
But I have to evaluate my own biases, right? And my own biases, and probably you've stated it already, your biases.
Yeah.
Hockey.
We watch a lot of hockey.
And baseball.
Baseball.
And then beyond that, football, basketball. Right?
Rank those two. For you, it's football and then basketball.
Yeah.
Yeah, for me too, I think.
And so...
Like, I'm in on the Raptors this year, but I understand what just happened more in a football game.
And so it comes down to the sports that I air quotes know the best or understand the
I know
best.
things.
Yes. And so to a certain degree, but when you listen to somebody like the sport that I love, and it would be hockey first.
Yep.
First and foremost, I've grown up all my life watching it, playing it, coaching it, doing a variety of things with it. But when you listen to somebody who really knows it, like even hockey, right? Now it gets to a certain level before it passes my understanding of it. But there is parts where you go, okay, yeah, man, you know what? I need to do this to open up that, to do all these things, right? Whatever it may be. Hockey is the thing that I think I understand the most, followed by baseball.
Yeah.
And so it comes down to my first reaction is coaching is most impacted on those.
Okay.
But
because I understand them, I feel like I could give a hockey player the better advice than I could give
or
a
I feel like
player.
I understand what happens.
Yeah.
But then so once my bias, once I step back,
right.
And I go, okay,
Come
wait. Think about it for a second.
Yeah.
You go, there's a head coach.
Yeah.
There's an OC. There's a DC.
Mm-hmm.
And then underneath that, there's a lines coach. There's a wide receivers coach.
Sure.
There's a special teams coach. Like football has
as many coaches as players.
Like, honest to God, man, there are a million.
Yes.
And when you are scheming to get your star wide receiver open, or you are pulling on the line to make things open for the running back, like there are so many things.
Yes.
That happen. And honest to God, if I understand 30% of what happens on a football field.
There are times, look, you and I have watched football a long ass time, man.
Yes.
Like whether it's top of our pyramid or not.
Yes.
There are still penalties that get called or plays that, like,
yes.
I don't know what that was. I don't understand what just happened on that. And the commentators do a really good job of, but okay, I didn't see that. Like, I didn't know that was a thing, and still to this day, after 25 years of watching football.
Yes. And so I was off last week, and I have, in days when I'm off, I have a kettlebell workout I do at home.
Mm-hmm.
And I like to bring the assistant down. I fire it up, and I listen to Sports Talk Radio.
Sure. Dan Patrick.
No, I hate Dan Patrick.
Too much. Dan Patrick too.
Too much American sports. Too much college football.
If anybody's listening right now who might have an impact on how much Dan Patrick we hear, less would be good.
Less would be better.
Less would be better.
100%. And so what I do is I usually flip over to 590.
Okay.
And in the summer and fall and spring, I get a lot of Jays talk. Right?
Yep.
After 10 o'clock, I flip over. There's Blake Murphy and I get a lot of baseball. The Jays plus.
Yep. Jeff Blair, J.D. Bunkus.
So, but what I'm getting now is it's Blake Murphy and Matt Bonner.
Yep. The Red Rocket.
Yeah. And so they were breaking down they were talking to a coach who used to, I don't know, man, like he's not even a coach anymore. But he was breaking down an inbound situation.
Yeah.
And I know virtually, like, if they're 10% of 5% of basketball, right?
Sure.
But they were breaking down what you would do to scheme to get somebody open on an inbound with 5 seconds to go in the game.
Yeah.
And it blew my mind. It blew my mind, the coaching.
The intricacies.
Of the coaching that would go into this one play that I have never considered in my entire life.
Well, can we just go back a couple Saturdays? The Leafs and Habs. Leafs have an off, and
the Jack-Eye brothers running around.
Florian's not in the league at this point. The Leafs and Habs, it's 3-on-3 overtime, and I'm sitting here saying I've probably got hockey coaches at the bottom of the four. But the Leafs have an offensive zone faceoff with 13.9 seconds to go. So they go Tavares for the draw, Matthews and Nylander, no defenseman, right? We're in the offensive zone with 13. What could go wrong? Like, we're going to go for it here.
13.9 seconds?
A lot can go wrong.
A pile of shit can go wrong.
Well, to that point, they dropped the puck. I don't remember which Montreal center took the draw, but Suzuki was not him. It was He was open, so they chip it forward to Suzuki. You rush down the ice. Matthews, to his credit, does his best to get back. But Montreal gets 2 cracks at the Toronto net on a defensive zone.
In 13.9 seconds.
13.9 seconds. You got 2 good looks at the Toronto net. And so I often look at hockey as what's our system? Tell me that. Are we a sit-back team? Are we a trap team? Is it an aggressive team? And motivate me, right? Like, if I'm not playing well as a player, tell me that. And that's it for hockey. But Toronto would have went out with, if we win this draw,
right,
go to Nylander here, Matthews darts to the net, pass it there. Whatever that play would have been. Montreal had a play too on a defensive zone wing.
Now.
Suzuki's going, and you chipped it out to him and created 2 scoring chances. So I do feel like sometimes I understate how valuable coaching is in hockey. But I can't get past what you're saying about the NBA and what I'm saying about the NFL in terms of every play, right? Like an inbounds in the NBA, but certainly, like, they've got headphones in a quarterback's helmet to send in a play. Like, to me, football is far and away number one, right? Like, you're going to touch every play. And if he has to call an audible and doesn't like the defensive, like, he has the ability to do that. But the coach communicated every single time. And I think for baseball, like, you can send in, hey, we like shift this way a little bit and put the center fielder in left center a bit for what, and you can impact the game a bit out. But to me, I think baseball is very much like hockey. That's like, oh fuck, it nubbed off the end of his bat and went the other way.
There is the unpredictability of the human,
sport,
the human side of it,
but like in hockey, if you say, hey, if we win the draw, chip it into the left corner, and they win the draw and into the right corner, like, that's it. Your play's over. Now it's just scramble. Like
it still comes down to the physics or the physical environment of it, which is the stanchion at Joe Louis, the livelier boards there versus the stanchions at Boston Gardens, but whatever it is, right? Like, it's just, there are things where you can plan them and they can go as well as you can. Like, I'm looking at Saturday night, Batherson and Giroux are having this conversation.
Yeah, a couple Saturdays ago,
No, this Saturday.
Okay, but this is coming out in a few weeks from now.
A couple Saturdays ago, you're right. It comes down to Giroux is saying, I want you to go over there. Mm-hmm. And Batherson's like, no, I want to go here. And Giroux's like, no, I need you to be here because this is the things that I can control.
Right.
And so it turns out, bam, Giroux wins the faceoff right back to Batherson, where he wanted him.
Yeah.
So that is...
But once the puck's down in hockey, coaching is over. It's just going to go where it's going to go.
You do still have systems, though.
You do, and that's what...
You're discounting the systems.
A little bit. And that's where I'm saying, like, what kind of team are we? And that's it from there. Are we a sit-back team? Are we a trap team? Are we a go team?
Because you look
but beyond that...
You look at the... Let's just look at the Ottawa Senators.
Let's do that.
With their diamond penalty kill.
Yeah.
The diamond penalty kill is employed by like 15 other teams in the NHL.
Some better than others.
Most, actually, 14 others better, right? And it comes down to, this is the system. This is the coaching.
Right.
I am giving you. What do you do with it? And so to me, this comes down to, they are not doing it very well. So you can assume that there's not a lot of coaching once that puck is dropped.
That's all I'm saying is, we have a plan. Tell me what you want from me. But more than any other sport, like in football, I want you to run this play right now. If it runs incomplete, I'll give the quarterback a new one next time. No, we're this team in hockey. Like, this is what we do. I don't think there's as much
and if I have a dominant
predictability.
Could we? So are we in agreement that football is the most coach sport?
Yes.
And again, I would agree with you. I think.
Are we in agreement? Basketball is 2.
No.
Okay.
I'm willing to have the conversation here.
So I think the ball goes out of bounds, and there's more whistles and more opportunities to remind your guys, hey, this is what we do, or in this moment, I want to change.
I think baseball is number 2.
Really? To me, adjust the defense.
It is the most static
run
sport.
On this. Like,
there is the constant. The catcher is looking into the dugout.
Yeah.
There is the catcher's looking down to third base. There is. How many times have you seen the center fielder pull out the card?
The card.
And looking at it going.
Remember how big of a deal it was a couple years ago when someone picked up Kirk's card,
dropped it out of his back pocket, or
that was a big deal.
And so to me, it was the Yankees.
Yes, it was.
An absolute Yankees game.
It's always the Yankees.
And fucking
Yankees, man. Fuck
and so it was. And fuck Aaron Judge out there drawing balls at the World Cup.
Yeah.
It does.
At least he pronounced the countries right.
Yeah, he did do that. And it does come down to, but he got fewer countries to name. Let's be honest.
No, it was Brady had Group 1. He had fewer. Anyway.
Yeah. Anyways,
I was worried about Shaq. Shaq killed it, man. Like,
it's Shaq with the big hands in there. He's feeling.
This is it. Can I find him?
He's grabbing. He's like,
and they kept feeding to Shaq, like, "Good job, man. Good job." I'm cracking open a Kinder Surprise. Stop telling me how impressive this was of me.
Do I have something I can eat with this? Because Shaq was just
fuck right, man.
But to me, it is baseball as the most static. It is. The amount of stuff that's getting fed from the dugout through signals.
Yeah, okay.
Like, it is the original. Whereas I look at hockey and basketball as ball is in, you have your systems, you do, right? Whether it's a man-to-man, whether it's full court press, whatever's happening, it is, you have the freelancing composition of the athlete. I think the other two, because football is, you got to do a 8-second play.
Yeah.
Bam. And then the next play is coming in, and you know what that looks like. Baseball is very similar in a static, this is happening. Whereas the free flow nature of hockey and basketball, I would put them in the bottom half.
It's really interesting, man.
That's why the question is interesting. Like,
I might have, for the exact same reasons what you're talking about, football 1 and baseball 4.
I think that's fucking insane.
Yeah. But, like, you can't tell me as a hitter what part of my bat to hit it from, right? Like, is it going to squib off the end of it? Am I going to fly it into left center? I hear you that it's like, hey, on this play, it's a hit and run. On this play, it's just like there is more static opportunity to send in plays.
Sides.
Yeah.
Everything on both sides.
And yet I feel like in hockey off a face-off or in basketball off an inbounds, even though everything that happens after that is sort of flow, it has to be. I got basketball, I think, at 2, hockey at 3, and maybe baseball at 4, because there's just such a...
Yeah, well, and that's the beauty of it.
That's what makes it fun, man.
And that is the beauty of this topic.
Yeah.
But to me, it comes down to where do we have the most control? And it comes down to...
That's not baseball for me.
It's the shift. It's all these things in the numbers.
But on offense, right? Baseball is the only sport where the defense starts with the ball. You're going to throw it to me, and I hope I hit it off the top of the bat or squib it off the end or I bunt or I whatever. Like, it's going to go wherever it's going to fucking go.
I know. But
passing it in on basketball.
It's a round ball off of a fucking circular bat.
Yeah. I don't know what's going to happen here.
No, nobody does. But you do go by... No sport goes by the numbers more than baseball.
No, that part's true.
And so when you go, you're going to shift over here. And you go, oh, man, fucking you hit it into the hole. And like, that is a thing in baseball where you're like, oh, look at that. You found the hole.
There's a great story from when Kawhi Leonard was a Raptor. They had a team meeting with the coaching staff and said, here's sort of what we think our philosophy should be, some of the plays we want to run. What do you guys think about it? And asked each of the guys for their opinions. And Kawhi's just like, just pass me the fucking ball and I'll score, man. Just give me the fucking ball. Like, I don't want to have this meeting. We're done. And hey, a championship
when you're in Toronto and we are NBA champions.
Turned out all right. So sometimes coaching doesn't matter. How about this? As a coach, make sure you have the best player in the game and don't worry about it from there.
Clutch. You can have the best player who isn't necessarily clutch. To me, Kawhi was clutch. I don't think Kawhi was ever the best player, but dude was clutch.
Fucking right.
And so I go football, baseball, put hockey and basketball in whatever order you want in the bottom. Because to me, it's a free-flow nature. To me, the top two sports are the most coached, and football at the top of the pyramid.
Over here, football, basketball, hockey, baseball.
That's fucking weird.
It kind of is. Let us know at Tall Can Audio on your social media feeds. We want to hear what you think.
We do, especially if you agree with me.
All right, so a little bit of a debate, and you can tell Rob and I weren't seeing eye to eye on that, and to a certain degree, struggling to even see each other's point or give a little credit. That's interesting. We'd love to hear what you think at Tall Can Audio. We're basically everywhere on social media, so tag us. Let us know what you think. Team Matt, Team Rob, Team You're Both Idiots. That's a popular team. Let us know what you think. Another segment here that we recorded a few days before shutting the studio down for the holiday season. A little talk about the fact that the 2026 Winter Olympic Games, just a few weeks away now, starting early February over in Milano Cortina, Italy, having a little trouble selling some tickets. One of the things that we've seen here come out over the last couple of weeks, the Olympic Games having an awful hard time selling tickets. 1.5 million tickets available across all sports, which sounds like a lot of
tickets. A lot of tickets, man.
It really is. I've seen here some mixed messaging. They obviously got quotes from the heads of the, local organizing committee who were not worried. It'll be fine. Much like the facilities are going to be fine.
Yeah, ticket prices closer to game time.
Sale. Yes. And how does that make you feel? We'll discount it later. Hey, I just bought it full price.
Yeah, sorry,
fucker.
I didn't read that in any article. I'm just saying.
No, they said that. This was in the article I read in doing some research for this stupid show.
God bless you, man.
That they had a Black Friday sale and they will lower some ticket prices approaching. But they said last time in 2006 in Turin, it was well supported. Like not overwhelmingly, but they had a last minute push. But man, 1.5 million tickets and you're sitting at about 800,000 sold right now with less than 50 days to go until the Olympic Games? Yeah. That would scare me. I don't know. Look, obviously, if you bid on the games, you're confident you're going to be able to make something. And this is actually a really spread out Olympics, too, right up across a bunch of communities in northern Italy. But
Milan Cortino.
I don't know which of these sports Italy gets excited about. Like you may have a better handle on that, but
where's La Bamba and the downhill, the giant slalom? Where are we at?
I don't think of them certainly as a hockey country, as a curling country, as a speed skating country. I don't remember seeing a lot of Like, are they good cross-country skiers?
No, downhill.
Downhill, okay.
Like that guy, I said
like
LeBomba.
that guy,
I said LeBomba, but I can't think of what his
actually.
actually.
You were being an ignorant prick.
No.
No.
He was a. Well, I've been. I am.
It's not in this exact moment.
Was. Yeah, it's skiing. Skiing is a big thing. Northern Italy there's great skiing there, right?
Yeah.
So
bordering with Switzerland.
You're right on it.
Yeah.
And I haven't paid enough attention. I do know that their 2-person curling team was killer.
Oh, the mixed.
Yeah,
okay.
They were gold medalists, I think.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. So that's a thing.
Yep.
But
is it a thing like that they won that will draw a big crowd, or is it a thing that they won and?
Well, you know what? You know what sells? You look at the French in 2024. What sells is
winning.
Yeah, locals and with pedigree. Like,
sorry, I grew up a Leaf fan where the building sold out. Regardless, I didn't know there was a correlation.
Well, there isn't.
Not in Toronto.
The Carlton Street cash box. And so, but in terms of Olympics, when you have a hometown, and by hometown I mean national threat, that is what carries the
I want to
day.
go see this guy, our guy,
and
or girl.
Right. And what it really means right at this point is you have this full court press. Once qualification is done and you're within a year out, they've put huge pressure on the international federations to say, oh, friends and family,
yes,
you got to get these packages together.
Well, so they did say international sales are pretty much on pace for most games.
But what does that mean to you? That means you've fleeced those people who are already fucking traveling, paying for accommodation and airfare because they want to see loved ones.
That's mostly what it is, yes, is my kid qualified.
You have fleeced those people at full value.
Yes.
And when it comes closer to it.
But they did say, it's domestic sales that are way under what you would expect, but that they are confident there will be a late push.
That will give you that $50 ticket or $80 ticket. We'll give it to the locals for 15 lira.
Sure.
Which is about 57 cents.
The other thing that they're hanging their
jaded, yes,
a little bit, that they're hanging their hat on as being a good indicator is that they can't keep up with merch sales, right? That people seem to be excited to get sweaters and hats with the Olympic logo and the Olympic rings or whatever.
Toques and berets.
Do they call them that over there? Well, there's a bit of a language difference.
They do not call them toques. I'm going to tell you right now.
Here. Yeah, no. But that they said, the pop-up stores that they have and the online website, like people are excited to get Olympic gear and that they're optimistic that will translate when the time comes. Like, this is in our town tomorrow. I'll go on a Saturday to watch whatever it might be, the curling or the speed skating.
Do you feel that way?
No, but I'm also not someone who was even mildly interested in buying generic Vancouver 2010.
Well, because you lived in Ottawa or the GTA at the time.
No, even if it was in my hometown, I would be more likely to buy like the Roots Canada sweater that the speed skaters were wearing. Certainly the hockey jersey. But just something that says Vancouver, this time of year, people are trading gift ideas for whatever. And I, sort of said to my family, the Jays hat with the World Series logo on it doesn't mean much to me now that we lost. Like, just a Jays hat is fine. And I sort of feel that way about we host an Olympics.
I want the Blue Jays blackout hat. Can I get that? Full black.
Yeah.
Blackout.
I've been looking for the white panel. That they sort of brought back.
Yeah, the old.
I know
school.
you're not into the two-tone stuff.
You want the Dave Stieb 1985.
And right now the only one you can find is like the roided up Blue Jay. There's a white panel where it's anyway, it's slightly different. Right. Anyway, I'm not that interested in like the event shirt that says, Milano 2026. I would look for something with our team logo, if that makes any sense.
All right, but here's the thing. Maybe I'm asking the wrong guy.
Almost certainly.
Yes.
Just about anything. I don't even know what you're going to ask.
Yeah, you do. Well, you don't know, but it's you're right. You're spot on. Because it's the idea of there's spontaneity, which is, hey, do you want to go see that Leonardo DiCaprio movie this evening? That's one thing. That there's some spontaneity to that. Versus, hey, do you want to go see the biathlon today? It seems like one has more of a commitment to it.
Well, certainly for the athlete. Yeah. No, I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying. But I do think you can count on that a little bit. Like, we woke up today. What do you want to do today? I don't know. $15, you can go watch speed skate. Yeah, fuck, let's go. That's fine. But I wouldn't commit to that 6 months out. So I do think there's a chance they can sell some tickets on walk-up. I do believe that's a possibility. But, man, they seem alarmed in certain like ESPN and some places that follow this sort of thing. Like, they're tracking way below domestic averages ahead of Now, this is all thrown off a bit, too, right? Because we did see Paris 2024, but the summer games are always their own animal.
Yes, they are.
The last winter games was in Beijing and was largely
Beijing.
Largely cordoned off still for COVID protocols, right? There wasn't a lot.
Okay, but you know what? I'm just going to tell you right now. I was in Sydney 2000, sold out every game, 7,500 people, bam, full. Athens 04, you could fire a cannon off. You could actually throw a couple of hand grenades into the crowd.
People did just to see.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Right? I was in
empty
08 Beijing, jam-packed, but
hired military
this
types.
is 100%,
Fill these seats,
man.
Motherfuckers.
You're going to get in there and you're going to have faces. Maybe not smiling faces, but every seat was full of forced in. So there's three ways. And so to me, Milano Cortina fits in more into that Athens.
It's starting to feel that way. Maybe it's too soon to say. Maybe there will be a late rush, but there is some concern right now that people aren't going to go.
Too soon mean like 50 days away? Kind of too soon?
I guess it depends on, just to stay on it for a second.
Stay on it, Matt. Get on it, Matt. Jump on it. Jump on it.
Would you be comfortable tying any sort of, like, the merch is selling, but the tickets aren't? Would that lead you to believe it'll be fine, they'll get their tickets later? Or is this just people ordering up their souvenirs? And because that's what I'd be afraid of.
I'm wary of merch sales because I think about, and I'm going to tie this back to when Ottawa got the Senators.
Yeah.
That very first Christmas, once they announced, Tampa Bay and Ottawa, that first Christmas, I got a jersey.
Yeah.
A Senators Peace Tower jersey.
That's a sweet logo, man.
I did not like it.
I like it.
I wore it for pickup hockey on Saturday nights.
To me, like on a shoulder patch.
Yeah. All right. I get it.
Yeah.
I get it. But that sort of influx of, that's my mom. And I'm like, I'm 18 or 19 at the time.
Yeah.
And mom's like, oh, you're going to love this. And I'm like, oh, that's fucking whatever, right? And it was so, but she thought it was she was giving me the jersey.
Ottawa has a new NHL team. Here's its jersey.
And the Face-Off magazine that came with, and all this crap. And I'm like, I don't care about Bruce Firestone and whatever else is in this. Who cares? So there is that to me is.
It's a concern that
the merch.
These are
who's buying the merch?
Right. Is it a lot of people's moms getting their kid the Olympic logo shirt?
Is that mom going to go to the games? My mom had zero interest in going to any Senators games, but she's like, my son loves sports and he loves hockey, and I'm sure he's going to
love any old thing with
this is it.
Sports.
This crappy white sweatshirt with it's white with the Peace Tower logo on it. You're like, Mom,
you really don't like the Peace Tower logo?
I didn't like it. No.
I see a lot of people still every now and then calling out for it as like a third jersey or a shoulder patch.
I got time for the third jersey as opposed to that red
or the big
piece of
the
trash
big
they got
stupid
there.
O.
I love the O, man.
We talked about that.
But I want the black one with the white O. I don't need the oatmeal colored one or the red one with the silver O. I don't need any of those.
Okay.
I got ideas. I have very firm ideas.
Go ahead.
You have to be careful
to read into
merch. Who's buying the merch? Because it's the people who want to see
Christmas.
The venues. This is it. I want to see. I'm going to put my ass in a seat in the venue versus I want that logo.
And maybe look, you just referenced multiple games. Like I don't think of China when I think of winter sports. Now, I do think of China as an autocracy.
Yeah, and I was there in the summer as well.
But yeah, I don't associate with anything outside of skiing for Italy. And so to ask them to fill a curling arena, to fill a hockey arena.
They'll fill the curling arena, I guarantee you.
Okay.
That's
Speed skating. Like, there are sports, I guess, that are just universally fun. Like, anyone understands. Watch the fastest person around the track here.
Right, short track. But you put some, and again, I have no idea because, you see all countries. Here we have the, own the podium, all those things where you lead up to a games. I haven't been tracking Italian athletes on the world stage in, like I said, biathlon or ski jump.
Poured piles of money in, like so many host nations do.
And you're just sort of peaking. You're hoping to peak for 2026.
Yeah.
So I have no idea, but I imagine you will see all kinds of people competing in, as you said, long track speed skating.
Yep.
I fully anticipate this being a very competitive thing for Italy.
Okay.
On the podium.
Okay.
I can't say in the stands.
And one of the things, to wrap it up, I suppose it's harder to tell in winter games how tickets have gone, right? Like the giant slalom, the moguls, these sorts of things. It's kind of there is no, or like cross country skiing, like they don't. Well, there isn't a lot of crowd assessment. Like you'll be able to tell if the curling building or the hockey arena is half full. The rest, it's sort of like, well, maybe it's always only 2 rows deep at the bottom of the moguls or whatever.
Or
like I can't remember. Right. Like I don't remember how this normally looks. It's outdoors. It's sort of zoomed in and out, and maybe you don't get a good feel. Maybe it won't matter. It'll matter to the organizing committee if they make or lose money on this.
Now you know what, and you and I are both. We've forever followed Olympics, and you got your Brian Williams. It's 3:00 in Nagano, and it's blah blah, and it's this time
they're bringing Ron McLean back this time.
All right, where's what's her face Pringle? I liked her too. She was always good.
Pringle.
Yeah, that's going way back. That's that's Lilyhammer kind of stuff. Anyways, I've enjoyed the sort of the X game inclusions in the winter, like the ski cross.
Sure.
All those things. I've loved
the half pipe.
All that sort of stuff that they've brought in.
Snow cross.
Not an X Games guy.
No.
But I love the stuff that they brought into, like where all 4 of you start and you got to hit that first jump and you're going the corner. I love all that, which seems strange, and I think the Italians will do well at that too.
Well, and you know what? Has that guy got a leaf on his chest? I'm into this. Let's
100%,
go,
man. 100%.
Let's go.
And that guy is, and so nothing does that better. And I've never heard of that guy before, but I understand he's second ranked in the world.
I went with my aunt and uncle and my cousin in 2014 to Enniskillen, which is a tiny, tiny, tiny little hamlet east of Oshawa, to the public school where my cousin had gone to school because they were having a little gathering to watch Matt McMorris. It's probably too big of a name, but it was a ski event, and they were having an event in the gym. Like they put up a big screen, come watch, and fuck, that's fun, man. Like those little sorts of things to just go, and that's our guy, right? This little community is all gathering at his elementary school. That stuff's fun, and
he didn't go on to become a global drug trader, did he? That's a different ski guy. No, it's not McMorris. It's not.
It's not. It's not. I'm not even sure I'm talking about Matt McMorris.
No, but
no, you're right. There is a different story playing out that.
Entirely different. But
remember Ross Rebliati?
Yeah,
Nagano,
the guy who's puffing a little bit.
You're like, really? You think that was a performance enhancer? Do you?
Yeah.
Unless there was a Snickers at the bottom of the hill.
And Doritos. It's the bag of Doritos. Zesty cheese.
All right, so there's that. Just a couple things to fill some time for you over the weekend if you're in recovery mode, if you're in avoid the in-laws mode, if you're driving between holiday events, family events, maybe you're back to work already. Thought we would put a couple things out there. But speaking of the Olympics, as we just were, as I mentioned, Monday morning, Rob and I will be back. We will unveil our selection for what Hockey Canada should do for these upcoming Olympics. These are not our predictions for what Hockey Canada will do. This is what we think should be done. And the debates have been strong, right? Are you ready to bring an 18-year-old Matthew Schaefer? How do you feel about Connor Bedard? He had sort of been forcing their hand a little bit. Now he's injured. What is that going to look like? How much faith do they have in him? How much faith do they have in him getting healthy? There's the Tom Wilson of it all. There's the goaltending of it all. Should be an interesting debate. We will have that for you on Monday to keep the Olympic theme thing going here a little bit. And then, as I said a little earlier on, Wednesday, the annual Brew Marsh Awards will be on New Year's Eve. It will drop for you on Wednesday morning, featuring Chris Hoffley, Vanessa Sanchez, Michaela Schreider, and myself. That should be a lot of fun. We'll be back throughout the holidays with tons more Tall Can audio content. Thanks so much for listening. Hope you enjoy the rest of your holiday season here. We'll catch you a little later on.
That's it. I cannot work under these conditions. If anybody wants me, I'll be downstairs at McDougal's. Call the weekend guy. I don't care.